It's about 9 before the hour. So anyway, Larry Pratt, president of the Gun Owners of America, talking to a bunch of unarmed freaks in D.C. the other day, said he doesn't mean actual armed violence when they talk about all this crappy talk they talk about. Pratt said they'll be able to get rid of their opponents and, quote, get some fighters, end quote. What he means is election fighters. Pratt said, referring to the midterm elections, quote, that's why we have some primaries this year. And we need to send them a message that we are coming for the Republican rhinos, not just the Democrats. That's the second event in November. Ooh, really, Charlie? Or Larry? Or whatever the hell your name is? And right here from the buckle of the Bible Belt, we have so many freaks on our congressional delegation in Washington that it's astonishing. I mean, Georgia has become a rat's nest of redneck right-wing crackers that I don't know. They're barely literate. We have one, Representative Paul Brown. He's so stupid he spells his name B-R-O-U-N. That's another one of those guys who can't spell. Anyway, he said, quote, we must declare war against oppression and against socialism, and you are the people to do that, end quote. War against oppression, against socialism. Why don't you declare war against capitalism that's eating your ass alive, Paul, with the misspelled last name? Why don't you do that? Don't you know who the enemy really is? You think it's us socialists? You think it's the liberals? We don't want your guns. We don't want your jobs. We don't want your Bibles. We just want your women. And, you know, you guys probably don't care about that anyway, do you? Who else was there? Kathy McNichol. I don't know who she is, but she's quoted here. She's from Virginia. She said it was important to take time off of work to, quote, listen to these people and support the cause. What cause? What are you talking about? Oh, the efforts to take away your guns? But every single piece of legislation in the past 20 years that has been passed regarding gun ownership has been to weaken the previous legislation. Make it weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. But you see, a lot of people wonder why I refer to right-wingers and teabaggers and conservatives and Republicans as stone cowards. It's because they are. They have all these ghosts and haints and spooks and monsters lurking in the shadows, ready to take their gun. We don't want your damn guns. We just want your women. Ready to take their guns and take away their liberty. I want my liberty. We don't want your liberty. We don't want your gun. We really don't. We don't want your pickup truck. We want your women. Who else was there? Across the Potomac River in Virginia, on Gun Second Amendment Day, another group of protesters are defending the Second Amendment with a show of arms, holding signs that say open carry rally. That sounds like something you do when you walk out of a bar with a beer bottle in your hand, doesn't it? Hey, boy, come back here. You can't take that beer out of the club. Why? Just against the law. Bring it back in here. Okay. Open carry. Signs in this crowd pointed to the role of government, with one reading, quote, my rights come from God, not from the government. End quote. Protesters had large rifles and other weapons strapped to their bodies. Ooh, oh my God. Really? There was a rally called the Restore the Constitution Rally. And event organizers said they chose certain areas in Virginia, like Gravelly Point Park and Fort Hunt Park, because they are, quote, firearms carry legal locations as close to D.C. as possible, end quote. Well, you candy-ass little twits. You candy-ass little twits. You were going to come to D.C. with all your weapons and go marching around with your things strapped to your leg. What happened? Well, this is as close as we could get, because if we go over the river, the socialists will get us. We can't take our guns over there. So we'll stay here and pretend like we're big, brave dudes. Oh, my God. In Virginia, it is legal to carry openly certain weapons, but it is illegal to openly carry a weapon in the District of Columbia. Well, there you go. By God, there you go. I wonder why Larry Pratt and the boys don't realize how transparently stupid they are. How candy-ass they really are. What's up with this? Right? Big, bold, we're going to take gun rights. We're going to defend the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. We are. We're going to do it. And what we're going to do is take our guns and we're going to go to Washington, D.C. Oh, but when we got there, we were told by the police we can't take our guns. Oh, damn. Well, we'll go over there to Virginia. That's what we'll do. Because we're big, bold, brave-ass boys that... You know how all this goes, don't you? Hey, I've got some breaking news for you when we come back. Larry Pratt defending the Second Amendment. Every place it doesn't need to be defended.